All right, welcome to an episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink, Cognac Edition, or Cognac Edition. Is it cognac or cognac? Cognac. Cognac. Oh no, that's Italian. Okay, anyway, Cognac Edition. This episode is going to be focusing on Hennessy, okay? Hennessy. And the reason why I'm doing a vertical brand, vertical house, whatever, winery, whatever the fuck it's called, is because they obviously have the same style, right? Same blenders and everything, same grapes, same eau de vie, whatever. So just to put it in perspective, the ages of these, this is 4 or less, this is 10 or less, and this is, 10 or more, 4 or more, 10 or more, and the Paradis is renowned for its 25 to 100-year-old spirit. I mean, how fucking likely is it there's going to be a 100-year-old spirit in there? Well, we don't know. There's got to be some, right? If they say there is, then let's believe that there's got to be some. Just like any other aged spirit. So maybe it's a teaspoon, maybe it's a thimble. It doesn't fucking matter. Whatever it is, that's not our problem. What I'm trying to get at today is that the first question we got asked before our event, and by most people who drink whiskey, cognac, and aged spirits, is that does age matter and does the price reflect the quality and the goodness of the spirit? If I say whiskey, just forgive me, I actually mean cognac, the spirit, okay? So today I'm going to take you through that. So first we're going to just go through what we've got. We've got the Hennessy. Actually, it's probably Hennessy because it's not actually French, the name Hennessy. Hennessy, VSOP, Hennessy XO, and Hennessy Paradis. You can see the bottle is relatively pedestrian with the VSOP. VSOP stands for Very Special Old Pale. Fuck knows what the pale is. I'm not here to tell you about that stuff. I'm here to tell you about the inner workings of the spirit itself. And this is the 3-liter XO. The hilariousness of it is absolutely endless. It's so hard to fucking pour. We actually had to pour it with a special cradle for big wine formats from Magnus High, a large format wine here in New Zealand. I'll put the link below. And maybe if I can find a photo of it as well, just do a snapshot of a photo of the cradle we had to use for it. It's hilarious. Ooh, look at that. 9:30 a.m. in the morning and my hands smelling like cognac. And then we have the Paradis. The Paradis is obviously going to be packaged in the most ridiculous manner. Okay, a little sleeve. Okay, and I have to be careful. There's a sample bottle in there of the leftover Paradis. There wasn't much. There was 30 mil. So I can't fuck this video up. So you can see there's a metal button there that opens. Oh shit, there you go, sample bottle. It opens. And look at that. Actually, I think what happens is that you can, I'll just do this. Yeah, it's like a display like this. Okay, it doesn't quite translate it nicely because, yeah, but it's supposed to be a display like this. It kind of angles up. There's the angle on the side there, and it sits like a display like this. Okay, so, oh, sorry. Oh, shit balls on the fucking table small. Okay, here we go. So, there we go. And then there's the Paradis. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, I'm going to just take that out of there before I fuck something up. And here is, I mean, the quality of the packaging, like you would expect something ridiculous, is ridiculous. Okay, the packaging alone, I reckon, is about $100 to get made. So that's what you're paying for some of it. Okay, but beautiful box, beautiful presentation. Let's put it aside because that's not what we're about today. So we have the VSOP XO and the Paradis. I'm going to pour some of the Paradis sample. Okay, not too much because you don't need that much. Okay, and let us get nosing on these 3 stooges over here. Okay, so ironically enough, the color, not a huge difference. Now, with the regulations of cognac, there is actually allowable for color and I think a little bit of flavor tuning as well. So color is really irrelevant. Okay, I mean, not irrelevant, but it's, you know, you can't look at the color and it's like when you have beetroot, you know, and you take a piss and your piss is red. You're like, shit, is my fucking balls and dick burning? No, it's not. Your she balls and your he balls are not burning, or they're not bleeding. You just had beetroot. So you don't actually know, right? You still got to test it in the lab, and you still got to see if you got some nasty shit in your piss. Same here, okay, same here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let's just do a nosing. I don't wanna make this video too long, but I can't help it because we have to give this a time of day. So bear with me. We have to give these some respect, and we have to make sure that we don't just rush through them. So let's sniff the Oh, wow, very fascinating. Okay, very fascinating. First, I'm going to nose through this. First of all, the theme on the three is obviously very similar, okay? The theme is very similar. We've got some peppermint, some green apple essence, Christmas cake spice, nutmeg, cloves, aniseed, licorice, wet soil leather, brown sugar syrup, caramel. You know, I'm getting a little bit of burnt butter somewhere. I don't know where it's coming from, but a little bit of burnt butter with caramel, like a Russian fudge or a fudge. There is a distinct vibrance to the nose, a vibrance that whiskey does not have. Vibrance as in like, it pops, you know? The theme is very similar across the board, but I'm going to go through the difference. This here, the VSOP, super vibrant, super poppy, I don't even know if that's the fucking word, pops, vibrant. And then as you go to the XO, the nose is noticeably different actually, which is quite surprising to me because siding them side by side like this is in itself very difficult to achieve normally. When you get to the XO, the nose is immediately deeper, more condensed, the sugars. Now, I don't care about the ABVs of these, but I think they are all 40%. Okay, but I don't really give a shit. Okay, I don't care, whatever. But it's deeper, it's more molasses, it's more condensed berries, it's more raspberries, blackberries, like a jam. This is more of a fresh berry, like a fresh, not even that much berry in it actually. It must be the grape spirit that gives it a vibrance, because this also has a vibrance to it. It's alive, you know, like you smell it and you're like, wow, it pops. It's immediately, almost immediately elevates your mood. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Wow, much deeper, more raisiny, more syrupy, more condensed, jammy. Leather is pronounced. The caramel is more pronounced, more molasses. Even a little bit rum-esque, which is kind of strange in itself. A little bit rum-esque, okay? It's got that rummy kind of smell. And then, wow, and then you get to this, and suddenly the nose is very subdued. The nose is so subdued, the nose is so quiet, you almost have to really hunt. The nose is so much less vibrant on this. It smells like a leather couch in soil. And I know I'm saying that because there's a leather couch here, and the leather couch is not soiled. I'm not saying a leather couch that's soiled. A leather couch and soil. It's almost got like a earthy, soily, subdued nose nature. I can get a lot more of that burnt butter. And I get a deep herbal note to this. Whilst this here, I am getting some herbal notes on this, spice and herbal notes, but the spice from this becomes herbal, and then from this to this, it becomes much more herbal and much more medicinal. But the nose is so subdued and calm and soft that it's actually quite intensely intriguing how, I mean, that's just fascinating to me. That's just fascinating. Okay, look, I mean, but the theme is the same. The theme is the same, but vibrant. So this is like the youth, you know, like you're young and you're outspoken and you're waving, you know, pro-Hamas Gaza flags, and you're, you know, you're trying to stick it to the system even though you don't know what you're sticking. Okay, this is that. And then you get a bit older and you realize, how fucking stupid am I? And you mellow out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And you go, I just want to pay my bills, retire and make some money, you know? Maybe you got some kids, you just want to feed your fucking kids. And you just calm down. You calm down, you know? You put your flags down, and instead you get into wine and cognac, and you get into a bit of investing because you're like, fuck me, like I need to do something, you know? And this is that. You mellow out. You know, and then you get to this age here and no fucks given. It's like, this is me. Take it or leave it. That's the kind of best way I can kind of personify all of this. Let's get sipping. Let's get sipping. Spicy, definitely spicy. White pepper, candied ginger, peppermint, green apple essence, a little bit of vanilla, some earthiness. Interesting because it's sweet as a general theme, but the aftertaste is quite drying, okay, quite drying. I'm definitely getting in the back palate some leather armchair soaked in sweat. Okay, but not too much. And I've got a feeling this will just get enhanced on that. So let's have a sip. Oh, by the way, this was from a bottling a long time ago. Okay, so back then when this was bottled, let me just look. Can't see, anyway. Anyway, when this was bottled, the law was 6 years and above for XO, and today it's 10 years. So this could be 8 to 10 years, but we don't know, okay? You don't know exactly what's under the minimum age. Oh, sorry, the average age, but the minimum age on this era was 6 years, and today it's 10. Let's get sipping with this. Wow. Holy fuckamole. Woo! Now you can tell the difference there. Wow. Much calmer. The nose and the palate does reflect its personality. Much calmer, much deeper in texture, more chewy, mouth coating. The mouth feel is excellent. Definitely becomes a lot more medicinal, herbal, earthy, leathery, creamy, may I ask, but not too much cream. Slight butteriness. White pepper becomes black pepper. Aniseed becomes licorice. And this one, you kind of get that green herb, you know, tarragon, and it's sage, and just like a herbal bouquet. But this one, everything in this almost like becomes condensed and focused. So this is like all over the place. ADHD, someone just doing all sorts of shit. This one, it just narrows, right? It pulls out those spikes. Wow, the difference is huge. Now let's try the Paradis. Cheers. Deserve some respect. the Hennessy Paradis. Admire it a little bit. Touch the bottle, give it a stroke, and then sip. You gotta respect it. Yeah. Holy balls of Christ. Holy shit. Baby Korean Jesus. Wow. Wow. So this is the first time I've done this. I'm telling you now, it's very hard to go back to the VSOP once you've crossed the line, okay? Once you've crossed the line, it is fucking impossible to go back to the VSOP. Although, going to the XO is still acceptable. First world fucking problems, right? It's still acceptable, but going to the Paradis, from Paradis to VSOP, it's very tough. So, very tough. The VSOP really, you really get that new make feel in the back palate, the burn, the heat, the spice, the ginger, the candied ginger, albeit candied ginger, the white pepper, the heat. The XO is not so bad. Going from this to the XO is not a huge shock to your system, okay? It's not a huge shock to your system. It's actually relatively acceptable. But I tell you what, this Paradis, absolutely phenomenal. Wow. Okay, let me take you through it. I would say everything on this is in this, but just more narrow. That is a fact. But there are flavors in this that you just don't have access to in this. Like a complex bittersweet in the back palate. The sweetness is so different to this. It's like having supermarket Costco shitty chocolate cake that's just pumped out with hydrogenated oil and all that bullshit, to going to a French patisserie and having a chocolate mud cake from there using cultured butter and just top ingredients and good sugars. You know, it's like going to your local supermarket and having a croissant made with shitty canola and sunflower oil, and then going to fucking Paris to a boulangerie and having yourself a cultured butter croissant. It is just something so phenomenally awesome about it. It's so luxurious. It makes you feel like Jay-Z fucked Kanye West and made a baby, and you are that baby, okay? And it's just so luxurious and out of this world and completely detached from your day-to-day drink. There's something sublime about it. And I've never done this before, because on the night we had it singly, and you can tell one is better than the other, sure, but some of that could also be in your mind, right? But there is no doubting the prowess. I don't even want to have the Hennessy VSOP right now because I feel like it taints my mouth, okay? In fact, I would probably never buy a Hennessy VSOP ever again. There's just no point. But the price point is different. So I'll take you through that. Slightly meaty, fatty, oily. The dryness is gone, and the Paradis is heavy on the palate, like drinking syrup. It's almost like Robitussin, Vicks Formula 44 mixed together. And you've got that medicinal note to it. It's not overly sweet, but it's definitely sweet. But the sweetness is more of a caramel and burnt sugar, as opposed to just sweetness, like plain sweetness on this and this. The leather It's old, it's worn. You know, people have sweat on it. You know, you've got an Airbnb and you've got a leather couch and people have hired it to film pornos, and you've got all sorts of different substances on that leather, from salt, sweat to jism to urine, whatever it may be, you know. It's just something else. It's an animal that's become something else. It's what's that animal? I don't even know the animal. It's like a chimera almost, a chimeric creature. What a privilege to have been able to do this. I don't know how repeatable this is. It's so difficult. But anyway, I'm just excited because it is so fantastic, so fantastic. Okay, so, I just want to comment on this. The bottle of the Paradis is metallic cased in the top. It is also a crystal, I'm told. Anyway, a crystal. And then it is also a metal, a stainless steel cork bung. I mean, it is actually fucking preposterous, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just a luxury. It soothes luxury. There's something about it that whiskey is trying to obviously emulate and copy right now. And whiskey is struggling to do that. There's something about cognac that just embodies luxury. Anyway, so price points. Let's put it this way. Same size, the XO is about 3 to 4 times the VSOP, okay? And the Paradis is about 5 to 7 times the XO. So that is really what you're looking at here. Let's say 5 to 6 times the XO. Look, like anything else, the further up the tier you go, the less utility versus value you get, right? Value versus utility. But if you've got a bar nearby, or you know someone, maybe you've got a whiskey or spirits club, I really suggest just pitching together and getting a cognac. I mean, honestly, it's something else. I still love whiskey. Whiskey is going to be my drink, okay? That's a disclaimer here. But man, this is just phenomenally fantastic. And one thing about cognac as well, is perfect with a cigar every time. So we had cigars with cognacs that night. And I tell you what, it did not diminish from the cognac. In fact, it's almost like Cuba, the communists, decided with the French, who are also fucking communist, apparently, they got together and went, let's make 2 products. But before they even knew each other existed, they just made the same products that complemented each other. And cognac and cigars, to me, are the perfect pairing. No 2 drinks, no 2 luxury items pair as good as cognac and cigars. It is, to me, in my opinion, the perfect pairing. But nevertheless, thank you for joining me today. With this, I am privileged to have tried this in this manner. I feel very privileged because it is not easy to get all 3 like this. And thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed one of my cognac videos. Look, if you've got any feedback, let me know. I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Cheers. Fucking hell, 3 liters. Look at that. Stupid. Cheers.